When you're out and about, you don't have to always encounter organisms firsthand. Some of them are very rare, some of them are very shy, some of them are nocturnal. You might be out and about in the daytime, you're never going to see them. But they will always leave something behind that you can look for. And often those things can be treasures, because you can pick them up and you can keep them if you'd like. And I've got a treasure in my hands here, which I was lucky enough to find. Now just look at this. This magnificent feather, which is one of the largest feathers in the world. Here it is for scale under my chin. Just look at the size of that. It's like a blade. Listen. Yes. This is the feather of an Andean condor. And I picked this up at an Andean condor's roost. And I can't tell you how excited I was to think that this was part of a giant bird that had been soaring for perhaps 40, 45 years over the wilds of South America. I mean, you know, if feathers could talk, imagine the stories that this piece of fabric would tell. And what a remarkable piece of fabric it is too. Look, it's incredibly strong. You know, it's incredibly durable. You can pull it apart, but then you can immediately repair it as the bird would when it was preening. It's the right shape, it's the right colour. And, you know, despite its size, this is, you know, incredibly light. You know, the birds put an enormous effort into producing some fabric here, which is not going to act as a burden. And they want to reduce their weight as much as possible, of course, even when they're soaring on those thermals. So for me, the form of this tells me a lot about the function. And the function then tells me a lot about the bird itself. So I love looking at things like this, pieces of animal, and saying, why is it that colour? Why is it that shape? Why does it smell the way that it smells? So simple questions that if you answer for yourself, it's really exciting. And when you think of the answers, it will tell you a lot more about the creature. So when you're out on your scavenger hunt, don't be afraid to pick things up that you may think are a little bit dirty and should be left behind, because in fact, there can be fascination there. And ultimately, you know, I've got to say, you know, this is one of my greatest treasures. I don't need a gold watch in terms of, you know, a treasure. I don't need a piece of ancient Egypt. I've got my Andean condor feather, and as you can see, it puts a massive smile on my face.